Hey everybody, David here with you this morning. Hope that you're doing great on today and that everything is moving in the right direction for you. I am so happy that you have chosen to join me this morning on Inspiring Innovation. I am the author of the life-changing book, You Are the Architect of Your Life. And I know that if you'll get your hands on a copy of that book, that it's going to change your life. It's going to take you to a new height and a new level and get you where you want to be, the life that you desire. Because I teach you in the book how to design, build, and live the life that you want. So I hope you'll pick you up a copy. I'll leave you a link in the comments of this video, and so then you can get it. I want to talk to you on this morning, however, what do you do with your failures? Now, I know many people don't want to talk about their failures, but this particular lesson is important because it's going to detail for you how to deal with failures, setbacks, hiccups, whatever you want to call it, on your journey to success. And all of us are working, I believe, to be more successful day by day by day. But what do you do when you bump into a failure? What do you do when you have a hiccup in your life? What do you do when you bump into something that sets you back? What you do will determine whether or not you continue to move forward or whether you just remain stuck in that place of the failure. Now, I will share with you a story that's going to help illustrate this point. When I was producing this book, when I was getting this book written and produced and everything, something happened that was a hiccup, that was a setback. And it was literally so devastating to me. It literally cost me $2,000. Literally, it was like I was going to the dumpster and literally throwing $20 bills at a time in the garbage to the point that it cost me $2,000. I call that stupid tax. Now, you may not like that term. I do, and I'm talking about me. It was something that I did in that process that caused me to have a failure while producing and launching this book. I began to understand that through that stupid tax that I had some choices to make. I could quit. I could give up. I could fall in and say, hey, it's just not worth it. And like I said, even though it was literally taking books, throwing them in the garbage, like throwing $20 bills in the garbage at the same time, literally. Now you can understand how devastating that can be when literally you have $2,000 that you have thrown in the garbage and you have nothing to show for it. But what I recognize about that is that I could either fall short, I could lay there, I could wallow, I could cry about it, or I could get up and do something about it. So I'm going to demonstrate for you step by step what I did to get myself on beyond that point in order that this super book could be out and in people's hands on today. So the first thing that you have to do, the first thing that I did, I faced it. Now, as unpleasant as that was, I had to face it. Most people don't want to deal with it. They don't want to talk about it. They just listen. They just want to just forget about it. But I will share with you, forgetting about it and not facing it gets you nowhere in the process. You have to learn to face it. Just go in it and look at it and face it. Listen, I learned something here. It is impossible not to fail in life unless you say nothing, do nothing, and which consequently you will be nothing. And I look at it like this. When you are in that process right there, you're already a failure by default. You fail by default by not saying anything, not doing anything. That will cause you to fail right there. Remember what I shared. Failure is just a part of the process. And all of us at any given time can hit a setback. We could hit a failure. We could hit a bump in the road. Whatever you want to call it, we can all hit that. In our failures and our victories, though, we can learn something. And that's what I did. I learned something from this process. So the first thing that I had to do was I had to face it. The second thing I did, I had to find it. What do you mean by find it? In my opinion, this is the most critical part of the process. And actually, 90% of people don't even want to deal with this. They do everything in their power to avoid this. I don't want you to do that. Find it. What do you mean by find it? You have to be honest with yourself. And like the term they use, brutally honest, you have to be brutally honest with yourself to say, hey, listen, this is where I got off at. This is where I missed it at. This is where I know I made the mistake. This is where I had the hiccup at. If you do not find it, you don't learn. If you do not learn, then what you will find from not learning is that you're going to repeat the same steps, the same process over and over again with the same outcome. Now, a very, very smart man, Albert Einstein, said this right here. It says, if he was talking, he says, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. So in step number 2, that if you will find it, you're going to learn something from that. And when you learn something from that, you're going to learn what not to do next time in order to make sure that you don't bump into this again. If you continually find yourself bumping into the same obstacles, the same failures, the same setbacks, the same hiccups over and over and over again, you need to find out why. So far we talked about, number 1, you got to face it. Number 2, you got to find it. Now, number 3, I want to talk to you really in detail about that for just a moment. Frustration. Listen, frustration is going to come, but here's what I want you to hear from me. Deal with it. You are going to be frustrated anytime you have a setback, anytime you have a failure, anytime you have a hiccup. You are going to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated with yourself. You're going to get frustrated with others. But here's what I want you to hear most of all. Do not beat yourself up. Pick yourself up. I'm going to say that again. Do not beat yourself up. And I see many people do this. They have a failure. They have a hiccup. They make a mistake, whatever the case may be. And then what ends up happening is that they begin to beat themselves up so badly that they can't move forward. They can't get anything out of it. I want you to hear me on this one. I want you to not beat yourself up. Okay. All right. You had a failure. You had a hiccup. You had a setback. It's okay. Listen, everybody has them. Anybody who tells you that they've never experienced a failure, a setback, or a hiccup, anybody who tells you that, they're not doing anything. And so consequently, you're out there trying to make it happen and you bumped into a problem and you're going to stop now? Oh, no, no, no. There is too much on the inside of you for you to back down from this. Don't beat yourself up. You pick yourself up. You get going and you do what I call number 3. You forge. What is forge? F-O-R-G-E. You forge ahead. What do you mean by forge ahead? Well, forging is where they take metal and they stick it in the oven and they put it under intense heat. Then they pull it out and they begin to beat it into shape. And the heat and the beating shapes and creates something. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get a plan. I want you to forge ahead, get a plan to eliminate or mitigate the possibility of this failure ever happening to you again. Progress is made by forging ahead. Listen to me. Progress is made when you make a determination that, yes, I had a hiccup. Yes, I had a setback. Yes, I bumped into some things. But listen, I'm not going to let that stop me. Under the intense heat of this, I am going to keep going forward. I'm going to keep digging in. I'm going to keep moving forward, and I am going to create a plan. Now, once I create the plan, I'm going to execute the plan. Don't be shell-shocked. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis, I call it. Move forward. Go ahead and forge out a plan and get moving. And then number 4. Now, I know I've already given you 4. Frustration was just something I threw in as extra. But number 4 is to focus forward. What do you mean? If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail forward. In other words, failure is never my destination. It's a step in the process. It will only be my destination. See, I could have stopped with this book. I could have stopped. And I could have said, well, I just had to pay stupid tax of $2,000. No, I had to create another plan. I had to come up with another plan to keep moving forward. That's what I want you to do. I got my focus to move forward, and I was not about to allow my mistake, my hiccup, my failure to stop me. You know why I didn't let it stop me? Because I forgot the thing that was behind. Oh, yes, I did. I just put it behind me. It is what it is. and it is what it was. But do you think for 1 minute I was going to let people be deprived of the opportunity to learn how to design and build and live the life that they want because of something that happened to me? No, I forgot what was behind. And you know what I started doing then? I started pressing forward. I started getting it together. I started putting my plan together, and I began to work my plan. Let me be an encouragement to you on today. You are not done. You are not washed up. You are not finished. All you have to do is to get focused on moving forward, forge out your plan, get rid of the frustration, find out why it happened, and then face it. When those things right there will get you to your destination. Now, I said I forgot what was behind me. I want to give you an analogy as I wrap this up that I believe will help you tremendously. In my car, there is a rear view mirror, and that rear view mirror in my car is 8 inches long or wide by 2.5 to 3 inches in depth. Okay, so I got this little small rear view mirror, but my windshield is 60 inches wide by 3 feet, 2.5, 2 2.75 feet in depth. And I asked myself a question. Why is the rear view mirror so small and the windshield so big? The reason is because I'm supposed to be forward focused more than I'm looking in the rear. And so if you would do the exact same thing with when you've had your hiccup, when you've had your failure, if you would be forward focused, keep looking out of the front window. Don't look in the rear view mirror. You're going to get where you're supposed to be. Well, I hope this has helped you on today. I hope it has encouraged you. I've encouraged myself on today. And I hope that I've encouraged you as well. If I have, I want you to do me a favor. Number one, tell me who you are. Shout yourself out if you haven't done so. Tell me where you're viewing this from. If you're viewing it on a replay, put R. If you're viewing it live, put L. Or just put live. And listen, I want you to do something else for me. I want you to leave a comment, and I want you to share this with somebody, because I think it's vitally important that we get this and we get an understanding that a failure is not our destination. It's just a step in the process. And also, don't forget to pick you up a copy of this book. I promise you, it'll be a blessing to you. It'll help you in your journey to get where you want to go. Not because I wrote it. I believe it was God inspired, and the words in it are inspirational. It does my heart good when I hear people say, I read your book and now I'm reliving my best life. I'm beginning to reshape my life. That does my heart good. I hope it'll do the exact same thing for you. So I got to get out of here. I want you to remember, failure is not your destination. It's just a step in the process. Get moving forward. Stay forward focused at all times and be your very best you. Well, I got to get out of here. I'll see you next week. Remember this right here. You are the architect of your very own life, and I believe in you. I'll see you next week. Bye.